Lindy mentioned how, when it comes about how his body feels, this feels like a long year. Is that similar for you?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I try not to think about it, but you know, um, definitely the season took a toll on my body. But I mean, I just look at it as a middle thing. I just figured out now. I mean, I have a lot of time to get my body back together.
Mentally, what was the season like?
It was challenging. That's what I have to describe it as. There were a lot of tests for us, to try to overcome, and we took them on head on. So, I give credit to all these guys for never giving up on this team, on this program, and this university.
Physically tired then, obviously, but how mentally tired are you at this point of the year?
Every game we just come out with a renewed sense of energy, and in these past couple of games, we went on 2-game winning streak. I mean, that's when you're just like riding a high. That's what it sort of feels like. We were playing our best basketball, coming into this game. So mentally, I was in a new place. I'll have to say, in a good place actually. So I feel like, it didn't really take a toll on me mentally.
Tonight, whether it's like 8, 9, 10, 12 minutes left, what caused things to start to flip for you guys?
Just our will to never give up. This group of guys are really resilient. We all have each other's back and we all hold each other accountable. I think that's what makes this group so special. Nobody's ever afraid to get on each other. We all hold each other responsible.
What's the feeling like hitting that late three? What were your thoughts like right after it?
Get a stop. I mean, I shoot enough shots. I mean, every shot I shoot, I feel like it was going to go in. So that's why I shot it. So I felt like it was going to go in and get another stop.
How impressed have you been over the last couple weeks?
I've been really impressed with him. Just seeing how he came in, and he was just so raw talent. Now he's growing to becoming a stud. So I'm very proud of him. I watch him every day. Probably closer than any other player has seen him. Probably because I've been around him with the bigs all the time, the forwards. So I'm just really proud of him. I want to continue this next year too.
How excited are you for what's to come both with him and just this team, this program?
I'm really excited. Next year we got something to prove. Probably going to be voted low. Whatever it is, it's probably going to be low because it's not first. That's the way we look at it. So, these guys are going to definitely have a chip on our shoulder throughout the season, and we're just excited. We're unfortunate that it had to end this early, but now we get a head start on working on next year.